W.F. Howes presents an unabridged recording of How the World Eats, A Global Food Philosophy by Julian Baggini, narrated by Julian Baggini. It is high time for each nation to study the others, and by mutual agreement and cooperative effort, the results of such studies should become available to all concerned, made so in the spirit that each should become coordinate and mutually helpful component factors in the world's progress. F. H. King, from Farmers of 40 Centuries, or Permanent Agriculture in China, Korea, and Japan. Introduction. Which foods best represent your part of the world? If you are in Maharashtra in Western India, you might think of your prized local produce, the Alfonso mango. In South Africa, it could be biltong, a specialty product. Many Persians would nominate gourmet shabshi, a traditional stew. Delicious as all these may be, none are truly indicative of how we typically eat today, at least not in the industrialized world. Asked to bring back the most typical Earth foods, an anthropologist from Mars would fill its shopping basket with sliced bread, frozen pizzas, and ready meals, picking up a burger and fries on the way back to the spaceship. Curious extraterrestrials might also want to know how this food is produced. But if they stopped a random person and asked them, they probably wouldn't discover very much. Despite the growth of interest in healthy eating, provenance, and fair trade, most of us still only have a sketchy idea of the stories behind the foods in our fridges and cupboards. Our ignorance should embarrass us. Every well-informed citizen should know the basics about how food is grown, reared, processed, traded, and controlled. We should all know how it affects our culture, economy, health, and environment. There is a lot to learn, and the first lesson is that it is all much more complicated than you could ever imagine. Consider a bowl of cornflakes, the kind of meal that is usually given no consideration. It is bought out of habit, eaten in a hurry and quickly forgotten. But think for a moment about how it got into the bowl. You might imagine that it starts with a farmer. There is no way to trace your breakfast back to a single farm. The maize, for example, would have been bought from an intermediary whose bulk containers would hold grain sourced from many different farms, all mixed up together. The chances are that most of this corn was grown from patented seeds, bought from one of the handful of big companies that dominate the global market.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?